Tansen was one of the Navratnas, 9 gems in the court of Emperor Akbar. He was and still is considered to be one of the finest musicians of India. It is said that when he sang in the court of Emperor Akbar, candles used to light up automatically. He is also credited with the fact that he could bring rain merely by singing the rag Megh Malhar. Tansen used to render different ragas at different times of the day. He had just finished performing Rag Bhairavi, and all the ministers, the emperor himself, and the visitors sat spellbound. There was pin-drop silence in the hall, and long after his performance was over, it was as if the pillars and the roof were echoing with his notes. Emperor Akbar was in a trance. He broke the silence by saying, "You are the world's best musician, Tansen. How can we honor you?" It was as if he was thinking aloud. He was not addressing anyone in particular. So, none of his ministers replied. Even Tansen was quiet. After a few minutes, he spoke again, as if answering his own question. "Ah, I know. No one will now sing on the streets of Agra. Only a person who is better than Tansen can sing in Agra. And that person has not been born yet. So only Tansen's music shall reverberate in the city." The next day, his messengers went round the city announcing the emperor's latest order. A few weeks later, a group of singers reached Agra. This group of wandering singers used to move from place to place singing songs in praise of God. People used to hear them and give them food and money as alms. Now, they had not heard of the emperor's orders. They went from street to street singing songs, oblivious of Akbar's diktat. As they neared the palace gates, the guards stopped them. "How dare you disobey Shahanshah's orders?" The group leader was puzzled. He asked the guards to explain themselves. On hearing about the ban, he got angry. "We are not saying that we are better than Tansen, but good or bad, you cannot stop anyone from singing in praise of the Lord." The guards herded together the entire group and took them to the emperor. The group leader again spoke his mind. He was not disrespectful, but he maintained his stance that everyone has the right to sing, especially in praise of God. Akbar was very angry. He was not used to anyone disobeying him. He ordered his guards to put each one of them in the palace prison. Then his eyes fell on a 10-year-old boy. He thought, "This boy is too young to understand my orders. He should not be imprisoned." He sent the boy away from the palace, and the rest of the group was taken to jail. This young boy was in tears. Everyone who was dear to him was in prison. He was alone in the entire city. He knew no one. He was also very angry with the emperor. As he was crying, wondering where to go and what to do, a soft voice interrupted him. "Who are you? And why are you crying, my child?" "I am Baiju," He sobbed. He narrated whatever had happened to them since they had entered Agra. Then looking up at the old man, he asked on an impulse, "Do you know music?" The old man nodded his head. Baiju fell on his feet and requested, "Please teach me to sing. I want to be able to sing better than Tansen." The old man led him to his ashram. Baiju spent the next 10 years learning music. He would practice music while cooking, while cleaning, while working in the ashram's garden. He had just one goal in mind: to be able to sing better than Tansen. One day, his master told him, "You are ready now. You have achieved your goal." Baiju was apprehensive, so he decided to test for himself. He went around the streets of Agra singing devotional songs. People came out of their homes to hear him. "He sings even better than Tansen," some people whispered. Baiju got the confidence he was seeking. He allowed himself to be led to the emperor by the palace guards. "Don't you know my orders?" Akbar was very angry. Baiju answered softly, "I am aware of your orders, Shahanshah." "Yet you dared to disobey me?" "I did not disobey you. According to your orders, only a person who is better than Tansen can sing on the streets of Agra. So, Akbar did not let him finish his sentence. "What arrogance! I will send you to prison for defying me." Tansen, who was present in the court at that time, said, "Shahanshah, let us have a competition. It will be immediately clear who is a better singer, me or this young man." "My name is Baiju, sir." Akbar nodded his head and the competition began. Baiju sang first. He was so good that everyone in the hall sat mesmerized. Even Tansen lost himself in the music. Baiju continued to sing. A herd of deer grazing in the palace lawns walked into the hall and moved closer to Baiju. Baiju picked up a garland of marigold and put it round the neck of one deer. After a few minutes, Baiju stopped. The deer left the hall. "Shahanshah, if Tansen can bring the deer back into the hall by his singing, I'll accept him as my guru. Then, whatever punishment you decide, I will willingly honor it." Tansen looked at the emperor, and seeking his blessings, he began to sing. He sang very well, but the deer did not return. Akbar wasn't happy. Even Tansen was upset, but not losing confidence in himself, he said, "Your Majesty, it was by accident that the deer came when Baiju sang. If he can bring back the deer again, I'll concede defeat." The emperor signaled Baiju to start singing. Within minutes, the deer returned to the hall. One of them had the marigold necklace round its neck. The deer came close to Baiju, bent its head, and the garland slipped and fell on Baiju's tanpura. The entire hall echoed with applause. The emperor asked Baiju, "How can I honor you? Ask and you shall receive." Baiju answered, happy tears flowing down his cheeks, "Release my relatives whom you had imprisoned 10 years back for singing on the streets of Agra, and allow people to sing in praise of the Lord." Needless to say, his wish was granted.